10,000 years, I'm finally free!
It's been like 3 weeks, you drama queen.
After 3 weeks, I'm finally free!
Whatever, just get over here.
Fine. I'm fine.
The following podcast is rated B for bigger, longer, and uncut Broly.
Live from the P3 Network Studios, this is Around the Nerd. With your host,
The guy who actually forgot he was doing the opening for a second, Umsi.
And the independent Pokemon champion, Bobo.
Yeah, we've waited for our time to come, calculated everything we've done, we've upgraded. Now you can't outrun a champion. Now you're facing what? Can you hear them? Yeah, it's all for us. You believe them? Yeah, it's serious. Hear the siren. We're victorious. I'm telling you.
Hey!
Hi.
Hello. Oh, hey. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 29 of Around the Nerd.
21.5?
No, 29.
I mean, technically.
Well,
Whatever episode Broly was. 0.5.
yeah.
Yeah, but this time we can actually do this magical thing called talking about stuff.
Oh, I know. And it's going to be fantastic. So, as you guys may remember from the original Broly episode, no, not the original Broly, so the second Broly episode.
Yeah, we actually got to... It was more or less just Umsi talks about things while Bob says, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because we had to rapid fire it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now...
Yeah, we have up to 3 hours. We don't actually have 3 hours, but we have up to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. Broly. Whew. All right. First and foremost, Umsi, good to have you back, buddy.
Yeah,
it's been a few
I forgot what it
months.
was like to record.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. I've been doing a lot with Charisma and Frost.
Yeah, meanwhile, we've been scheduled literal opposite shifts.
Every single possible moment.
This is quite possibly the only time we would ever be able to record.
Well, until August.
Until August. Well, yeah, August.
Yeah, till August.
Which is when, well, stuff happens. We'll reveal that when it comes. But for now,
It's stuff.
yeah, stuff is happening. Big things.
Yes, big things. Proper recording studio.
Proper living room. Good internet.
My bedroom won't be in a living room.
Anyway, about
I'll
Broly.
have privacy. Okay, anyway, sorry.
So yeah,
Oh, all right.
phenomenal movie.
Yes, and by the way, gonna let you guys know right here, right now, there will be spoilers.
Quite a few of them, actually. In fact, this entire podcast will be spoiler-filled.
Yes.
Do not expect to go into this spoiler-free.
Yeah.
If you have not seen the movie, which you should, it is now on Blu-ray, DVD.
It's on Blu-ray?
Yeah, it's on Blu-ray. I'm not going to continue that for our reasons, but...
Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that, but okay.
Bob just said a naughty word. Anyway.
Shit.
Okay, Mr. Garrison, calm down.
I am allowed.
Calm down.
Please don't ever stick anything that's been sitting on this bar in my mouth again.
Is it because there's rat poop right there? Don't breathe in my face. It smells like a dead baby. Anyway, speaking of babies, so the beginning of the movie starts off with not a baby. In fact, it's short Frieza, who's pink.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, it's weird until you remember that that's his original color
Yeah.
in Akira Toriyama's shading.
Yep.
He was always pink in his first form, which to anyone who never read the manga was a little bit strange, but he was also not wearing armor, which was definitely strange, because that boy was naked.
Yeah. And, you could actually tell for like a minute that he was a boy.
Yeah, he was kind of he's always been a bit of a jerk, but I mean, Oops. But in this one, he's definitely more of a spiteful young lad who's trying to be a show off. No, it's just there's
Okay.
here. But God, I think he's with his dad, right? King Cold.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And man, King Cold big. That
Yeah.
dude big.
Yeah.
I mean, but what did you like about that whole thing?
About the opening scene?
Yeah.
I think my favorite part of the opening scene would have had to be when Frieza says, "Oh, you have men there. You have men there. Dead, dead."
Oh, and they all seem to have sniper rifles trained on us. Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's take care of that, shall we?
Yeah.
And he just murks every single one of these dudes without like a second thought, all because he had a scouter. I should reiterate, Frieza has never been able to sense power levels.
Yes.
So he kind of just goes into everything like a cocky. He's basically a child in his adult life as well. Mm-hmm. Because even when Goku turns Super Saiyan, he's always like, well, that's nothing. And then he gets punched and he's like, oh, that's something. Better blow myself up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he gets chopped in half. Anyway, this is about the Broly movie.
Keep making it.
I'm barely tapping it.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I know. It's bad.
It's more sensitive than...
Well,
I'm not going to go into that.
it's more sensitive than the internet.
Yeah, that works.
That works. That works well.
I mean, I was going to say...
No. No.
What we do need to discuss is King Vegeta finally being more than just a... God, I think in the original series, he's basically there to be like, what do I do? Do I meet with Frieza? Yes. Okay, and then he just dies.
Yeah.
Because Frieza uppercuts the ever-living crap out of him.
Yeah.
But in this movie, he's
Actually,
kind of integral to the plot, kind of not.
yeah. Like,
Like, you find out that he's less of a king, more of just a guy with a throne. Which is
Yeah.
really just a king, but... in reality, he's a guy with a throne who commands his soldiers, but Frieza and King Cold command him. So it's like...
yeah.
He's basically the VP.
Well, I was going to say... yeah, no, never mind. He's basically any monarch in a democratic country.
Yeah.
Except he's a monarch under a dictator.
Yeah, it's
Under
weird.
Dictator.
Well, tyrant.
Tyrant.
Yeah.
Under a tyrant under a dictator. Because Cold was the dictator.
Yeah, Cold was a dictator. And Frieza... no, sorry, pause there. And Frieza was the tyrant.
Well, it's because of how you said dictator. You, like, paused. It was just like...
I'm gonna be real with you, I legitimately forgot the rest of the word for like a split second. Like,
I'm
oh,
okay with that.
But, so, eventually, that whole scene leads to Frieza threatening King Vegeta and thereby all Saiyans with the Scouters.
Yeah.
And, so, King Cold has a tantrum, not King Cold, King Vegeta has a tantrum, as many people of the Vegeta family typically do. Example A, Majin Vegeta.
Nah.
Vegeta in the Saiyan Saga.
Vegeta.
Not Vegeta in this movie, though.
No.
He was I'm going to say badass. He was a
Yeah,
badass in this movie, because, my God, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we will.
So they kind of retconned a lot of the story, which is fine. Like, I don't mind that at all. And they kind of brought Dragon Ball Minus to the forefront, where Vegeta, Goku, and Broly are kind of all around the same age.
Yeah,
kinda
they're
not.
they're at least within a year.
It's just some babies, i.e. Broly, Vegeta, have latent power within them.
Yeah.
And because Vegeta is part of the royal family, but Broly is just an enigma.
Right.
And so King Vegeta goes into this incubator room where there's just a ton of like baby incubators, baby holders, if you would.
Yeah.
And He goes, God, my son is so cool, but what's this baby? And instead of stabbing the baby, like he did in the original Broly movie, he's just like, I don't like that baby's there. Why is he there? And Russian Saiyan is there. He goes, I'm sorry, sir. He's strong baby.
He's a strong baby.
And King Vegeta's just like, nuh-uh. And he scans him with the scouter while slapping the incubator. And obviously, as a baby, you kind of make that baby upset because it's a baby. And Broly starts crying. And his power level as a baby is so huge that it causes a scouter to explode. And they're like, see, we told you, but try this one instead. Maybe it'll be better. And then he scans him again, and Broly's asleep, and his power level is just like 2. So, it's... like, the whole time, King Vegeta, on the other hand, just gets super threatened. And is like, by the way, we're sending your, like, 1-year-old son to a distant planet. He's definitely gonna be there to sell it. And Paragus, who's Broly's dad, is like, no, you're exiling him. I know that planet. I've been there. No, I haven't. And King Vegeta's like, okay, you're right. I'm going down without a fight. I'm exiling because he's gonna be super strong and he's gonna kill everybody, which is kind of ironic.
Yeah.
Like literally 10 minutes later, or 2 years later, Frieza's like, I'm gonna kill all of them. But I don't know, what did you think about all that whole thing? You know, baby murder turned into baby exile.
I like the fact that they switched it from baby murder to baby exile.
I think everybody did.
I like the fact that Paragus was like, no, I'm going with.
Yeah, because it made him seem like more of a father who, like, cared.
Gave a fuck?
Yeah, because...
Oh, I used our one.
Oh, because in the original Broly movie, he was significantly younger than he logically would be. But he was also a lot angrier, and he was just using Broly in the end.
Yeah.
Because Broly was this powerhouse of rage and muscle.
Kakarot.
Yeah, that's basically his whole shebang.
Well, more like, oh no, Broly, I was preparing this for, both of us. Kakarot. Well,
Kakarot,
yes, it is.
Kakarot won.
Yeah. It is built for one.
And then I think if I remember right, Broly just laughs and
Crush.
crushes the thing and just throws it into a comment. He's like, haha, that's the end of you. It's like, okay. But anyway, back onto the good Broly movie.
Yes. Yes.
So, you liked that Paragus actually,
Cared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I kind of found that endearing as well. It actually gave him a character.
Yeah. He gave a flying beluga about his kid.
Flying heck. Yeah. And he has to steal a ship, which had a random scientist in it. Or no, wait, the scientist went in with him and was like, hey, don't though. And Paragus is like, what if I do? And the scientist is like, okay.
Whatever.
And they just fly off to Vampa.
Yep. And they both go and they both kind of survive for a little bit.
Well, I mean, they survive for, I think, a full day.
Yeah.
In that ship. And they find Broly, who had killed one of these giant insect creatures that are, like, inhabit the planet while drinking from the crater dogs. Which, crater dogs, I think everybody, when they first saw that movie, when they were walking on the strange, soft, green ground, thought it was Broly as a great ape. Because green kind of synonymous with Broly. But no, it's just a giant worm dog.
Which was adorable.
Yeah, it's adorable, adorably terrifying, like Kid Broly, but,
So, we'll go back to Planet Vegeta for a few minutes.
Oh, boy.
Well, yeah, we gotta talk about Goku.
Oh, yeah, Bardock and
Bardock.
Yeah. Well, thankfully they took out Bardock's psychic abilities, because those are always stupid. Now, instead, Bardock is coming back home from a mission, but so is every single Saiyan.
Yep.
And Bardock notices Frieza's ship is there, and he's like, I get a bad feeling about this. This is like an actual tactic. And the other guy's like, no, you're being paranoid. Stop. I just spit on your arm. I'm well aware of that. I saw you look down. But, Bardock's just like, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe this is all just a goof. But, well, as we all know. But Guinea exists, and she is adorable.
Yes, made me so happy to see her.
Yeah, Goku Kakarot actually has a mom.
Yay.
And that led into one of the saddest moments ever.
Yeah, her dying.
Well, no, it wasn't. Well, it was that. But it was also when she said, "Don't forget us, Kakarot."
Yeah.
He forgets about literally everybody within the day.
Well, a day from when he arrives on Earth.
Well, semantics.
Yeah.
But, so, they meet up. Bardock, when he gets back to Planet Vegeta, they meet up and Bardock's like, hey, so, whatever this other Saiyan just said about me being an idiot, he's an idiot, and we're getting our son off of here. And we're sending him to this distant planet that Frieza doesn't care about. And Guinea's like, but baby.
Yeah.
And Bardock is like, but death.
But death / Saiyan baby.
2 + 1 is fish.
Yep, that's what I got.
But, basically, well, it's not basically. And they start walking into this deserted area late at night. Bardock makes this huge speech about wanting to save something rather than just destroy, which is actually a really, really, really touching scene.
And it's a really good speech.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
And Kakarot gets one last look at his ma and pa before he's sent off to Earth, and it's super touching and sad. Guinea cries. Bardock is like, you know what? If Frieza doesn't decide to murk all of us, we'll go back and get him. 5 minutes later, well, one thing leads to another. Frieza's like, I don't like the Super Saiyan, and blows them all to high hell. And Bardock tries his best to defend it. I wish they would have had a scene where they actually show him like making a push to Frieza, because it kind of just hard cuts to him like
dying,
beaten down. He like sends a single blast at it, and it's just like, no. He dies in the same exact way he did in the movie of Bardock, which is his original movie, which I found to be a cool little touch. And then we get the slow cut to Planet Vampa.
Yep. And on Planet Vampa, Broly defeats one of those
ladybug things. Ladybug mosquito. Giant ladybug mosquitoes.
Yes.
That suck blood, I assume blood, out of the worm dogs.
Yep. And
apparently that's crazy impressive, because those things scared Paragus and the other guy, who have power levels estimated in the thousands.
Yeah.
So Broly had to be at least above that in his Grade 8 form, because he had turned into a Grade 8 prior.
Yes. To do that, he had to be a Grade 8.
Yeah. And Paragus even points it out, like, hey, his armor's stretched and kind of broken in places. He must have turned into a Grade 8 by looking at the moon.
Yep.
And, so later they grab Broly by his tail and they go back to the ship they came in. And the scientist is like, so our thing is broken, we can't get off. And earlier, when they first arrived at Vampa, Paragus had done some clever foreshadowing where he mentions, right, as if you could ever trust the Saiyan. When they get into the ship, the guy points it out, and Paragus is like, well, with 3 of us, there's not going to be enough food or water, so... And he shoots the guy.
Yep.
Instantly killing him. And it's like, huh, you're kind of a jerk, but also very clever.
Yeah.
Like, you don't trust a full-blooded Saiyan. Well, you know, evil Saiyan. Evil.
Right. Like you can never trust a Saiyan.
Because, yeah, Paragus just kills the dude.
Oh, yeah.
Cold blood.
Mercilessly.
But that was honestly one of my favorite parts of the movie, I'm not going to lie. Because most of the foreshadowing hasn't exactly been the greatest in that movie. But, at that point, it was definitely like, oh, so, yeah, no, you cannot. It's one of the more favorite parts of the movie, for me at least. I don't know about you.
Oh, yeah. But absolutely the same on that one.
Once they start traveling through time, with Goku coming to Earth, and they They play a new version of Cha La, which was
Yeah.
always the original theme song for Dragon Ball Z. And they show, I'm assuming they're all reanimated short clips
Yes.
of Dragon Ball Z,
Very short.
where they're like going through time, Goku with his power pole when he's a kid,
Yep.
which was really cool to see. And then it cuts to Goku and Vegeta, like now,
Yep.
on some deserted island that Bulma bought just because why not? And
Because she's rich.
well, that, and she wanted to get the guys a place where they could like cut loose without destroying anything.
Yeah.
Because as anybody who watches Dragon Ball knows, they kind of destroy a lot. Goku turning Super Saiyan 3 caused tsunamis.
Yeah.
So, I mean, take that as you will. But now that they do that, they're God, it's such a cool scene. Like, the whole choreography of that scene is amazing.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
It made it feel, like, real, I guess. And the sound effects in this movie are, like, top-notch.
They are.
Which, for Dragon Ball, has always kind of been a hit or miss.
Yeah.
Because they've always been kind of, like... Definitely very anime sounds, but now they feel like they actually have impact.
Mm-hmm.
And, so... After they're done fighting and all that, we sass Goku, why do you want to get stronger? Like, why are you doing all this? Goku says, well, the Tournament of Power had a lot of strong guys, so there's probably a lot more stronger guys in the other universes, too, that we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
And Whis asks the same question to Vegeta. Vegeta turns and goes, well, because this dumbass, points to Goku, resurrected Frieza, and he's just going to get stronger, so I'm going to get stronger to beat the hell out of him. And
Yep.
because you wished him back, idiot. Why do you? How many times are you gonna call me idiot today? As many times as it takes, idiot. It's such a good
man.
quote.
You know, and I love their back and forth. Their back and forth. Vegeta and Goku have always had great back and forths.
Yeah,
Great back and forths. This one,
it feels less artificial.
it does.
It feels like an actual argument for a change.
It does. It's not,
Because for once, it wasn't about Vegeta's pride. It
Yeah.
was literally because Goku was an idiot and resurrected this super powerful tyrant.
Very much so.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm on Vegeta's side. Goku's an idiot.
Yeah.
He should never have done that.
Oh, yeah, no, and I definitely agree on that.
And we find out that Bulma had 6 of the Dragon Balls, just because why not? Mm-hmm. And she usually does anyway, because it's Bulma.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah, Beerus and Beast are there. Bulla, or Bra, depending on which continuity you're using. Her
Yeah.
name is Bra in English, usually.
Yeah, usually.
But, that's Bulma's youngest daughter. And they get Bulma gets a wrist communicator call from Trunks. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, Mom, someone robbed us.
Yep.
And turns out Frieza wanted the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
And they had, I think, 6 of them. So the 7th one was in the, and I quote, Arctic continent. We couldn't be bothered to name it.
Nope.
I don't know how you feel about that, but
It doesn't really bother me. It's kind of normal for Dragon Ball. They name the cities, they don't really name the continents.
well, they barely name the cities.
And they name like West City and East City and North City.
Hercule City.
Hercule City. Which is now... Well, and they actually started calling him Mr. Satan.
Finally.
in the English dub.
They did have good reason to call him Hercule, though. Because back in the day, people hear Satan, Satan. People are going to be like, no.
Yeah.
But now they're doing it, which, considering it's Funimation, kind of ironic that they're letting something controversial be in their movies. Hashtag kick Vic. Just kidding. Don't kick Vic. Anyway. So, we find out that Bulma left the 7th Dragon Ball in the Arctic continent just because she didn't want to go there. It's cold, which is, I mean, we're from Wisconsin. It's cold all the time.
Yeah.
When it's not, it's humid.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm looking outside and there is literally a road called Winter Road.
Yep.
So,
Winter and South Winter.
yeah. But they start traveling to the Arctic continent. And
Yeah,
we
they do.
Find out Bulma's reason for collecting the Dragon Balls every 5 years or so.
Yep.
To make
appear.
herself 5 years younger.
And the dragons just got to be like,
Oh, you again.
the fuck.
The usual.
Say-
That's
What-
number 2. That's 2! You said the no word.
I know.
What do I get to do to you?
Well, we haven't actually established that yet. We'll get to that.
Tyler wins! We expected Umsy to go up first. It wasn't Umsy.
You know,
I'm surprised it wasn't me first,
and
honestly.
me too.
Genuinely surprised.
I'm a little disappointed in myself.
I
but,
thought it would be me or Kari first. I'm going to be real with you.
well, it was Kari first, technically.
Oh, hey, what do you know?
Yeah. I re-listened to one of the ones after we had the discussion about dropping them down. I think we're going to limit it to 3.
Uh-huh.
But no. Like, to start, because it's going to be hard to do it to 1. Mm-hmm. Because we've done as many as we wanted for so long. You know, I mean...
Now just continue.
Yeah.
Shenron has to come out and be like, oh my god, it's you. Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
You're misusing my godlike powers
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah. This is BS.
I could make you immortal.
I could make you never age. Yeah, but they noticed that.
But, okay. But, yeah. Bulma's whole reason for collecting Dragon Balls is just to look younger.
You know, that's shallow and
Selfish.
selfish. But let's take a moment.
To remember Frieza's.
Yep.
So we cut to Frieza, who is on his ship. He gets a report that the soldiers he sent out, who he always sends out soldiers that have a very, very, very low power level. Because that way nobody will be able to sense them if they can sense energy.
Yes. And that's why he sends... Well, and he specifically says that he sends low-level warriors to Earth because that idiot Goku and that traitor Vegeta
Would
can
be able
sense power levels.
Yeah. Where Frieza cannot.
Yep.
And eventually... So we get to Frieza. And
Yes.
one of his little minions, who I always forget his name,
Me too.
asks Frieza, why do you want the 7 Dragon Balls? Is it to be immortal? Or, like, have an invincible body? And Frieza goes, no, there's no fun in that. Like, that takes all the fun out of fighting.
Yes.
And he says, guess again. And his other subordinate, who if I remember right, has been there since the start, who is named Barry Blue,
Yeah.
says, you want to be taller, don't you? And this catches the other minion by surprise, but Frieza just goes, you're right. I want to be taller.
And Frieza doesn't just instantly murder him.
Her. It's a her.
Okay.
But,
Them.
and, yeah, he wanted to be 5 whole centimeters taller to make it look noticeable.
Yep.
To look like he's growing. Because he's a short boy.
Yes, he is. But Frieza, Lord Frieza, why don't you just go into your 3rd form?
Because that one's not as... Because this is my normal form. I want it to be like this is my normal form, so it looks natural.
Yeah. Frieza, the most selfish, shallow...
Self? No, what's the word?
Ish. Selfish.
Well, yeah, selfish, but
Pedantic? Oh. I don't even know if that fits.
no. Yeah, this whole movie starts because Frieza wants to be taller. That's it.
Yeah. Well, then the movie doesn't start because of that.
Well, it's, I mean, the whole...
The next hour of the movie
Yeah.
starts because of that. Let's flash back to Vampa, where people of Frieza's army have landed.
Well, no, we got to introduce him first because they're flying in a ship, and they have the little introductory scene.
That's right.
Where we have a very over-sexualized Chilai, who is
Yep.
Green Boma, and old guy Lemon is his name.
Yes.
It's lemon chili.
Yep.
But they're like... Lemon has been in Frieza's army for as long as he can remember. And he's old.
Yep.
And Chilai just recently joined because she's a thief, and nobody would mess with her if she's in the Frieza force.
That is true.
I mean, it's Frieza. And so we find out about those two. They're basically the chaotic neutral of the group. And they're looking for strong guys for Frieza's army because that's what he sent them out to do. They arrive on Vampa. And that's when they meet Paragus, who is old as dirt. He lost an eye, which I'm assuming happened while fighting Broly.
Probably.
And they're like, holy cow, he has a power level of 4,200. This guy's mad strong. Frieza will love us. And one of those ladybug mosquito things attacks. And Paragus says the one line that I think sent chills down everybody's spine, which was literally just, Broly!
Yep.
And then his
Loud.
theme song kicks up. And we get a shot of Broly for like a second. And then he zooms off at like hyper speeds. Insta kills this fucking ladybug. I said the third one, by the way.
Yay!
And it's one of the coolest scenes because beyond that point, we hadn't really seen much of Broly besides
We hadn't
like...
seen-
Well, he transformed one time,
Yeah.
but we didn't get to see that.
Yep.
But then we see it, and that's when Chilai gets her sploosh moment
Yeah.
because Broly's power level is so high that the scouters can't even read it.
Yeah. But
Which-
they don't explode.
Well, they're new scouters.
Yeah.
Up until that point, the only one to get that high was Goku.
Yep.
Or Goku and Vegeta, I should say. Vegeta when he landed on Namek, and Goku
Yep.
before. But yeah, it's... Broly is pretty strong. And they're like, okay, wow, this guy's even stronger. We're recruiting him.
Yep.
And that they definitely do. So, they're on their ship, taking him back to the Frieza Force. What did you like about that scene?
Oh, you basically said it already. Like the explosion of the ladybug, and shit, there was something else I can't remember.
Chilai
oh,
is best girl, by the way.
Yes, I like Chile.
I think everybody does. Especially the hentai artists. Especially the hentai artists.
Yeah,
She's definitely a cool character, though, and I hope they like expand upon her a bit more in Super, if and when it returns.
yes.
Because-
Big if on that.
Yeah, they're kind of hinting towards it, but also like being very
Secretive.
yeah.
Very, very secretive on that. I love how small Chile is in comparison to how large Broly is.
Broly and Paragus. I think she's
Yeah.
one of the shortest characters in the show.
Yeah,
Because like up to Goku, she was like up to about his waist level.
and that's
Goku is
insane.
short. Goku is actually short. He's like 5'9".
But Vegeta is shorter.
Goku's like, or Vegeta's like 5'5", if I remember right.
Yeah.
He's a short little dude.
We're actually gonna take a quick look here and
But, so they're back on the ship. Like, taking Paragus and Broly to Frieza's ship, the mothership, I guess.
yeah.
And Chilai has food.
Yeah.
Normally, in every other show, this wouldn't be a big deal. But Broly keeps on just staring at it like, whoa, this thing smell good. And he's not talking about Chilai. He's talking about, like, the candy bar. I'm assuming it's like an MRE kind of deal. And Paragus is like, it's food, idiot. Well, he says, in this half of the movie, Paragus is like a really, really big jerk. Like, he's a really... He's the kind of character that deserves a good shot to the heart. Gonna leave that one sit for a second.
I'm good. I was about to sneeze. That's why.
But like, this is the original Broly's head.
This is the original Broly. I was hoping it was gonna be Super.
So Broly learns what food is, and Chilai gives him one of her MREs.
Yep.
And Broly immediately digs in, wrapper and all.
Yep. Just throws the whole thing in his mouth, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just... And Paragus is like... After Broly's done, Paragus says, well, you gotta say thank you. And... Or no, remember to give your thanks. And
Right.
Broly sheepishly turns back and goes, I thank you for this. And
Yes.
Chilai's just like, you don't gotta be like that, dude. Just say thanks. Or thank you. And she does the okay sign, which is kind of a big thing in the community. The hentai community, by the way.
Yep.
And, so it's... Broly has an attachment to this, his only friend, I see. It's his only friend besides, I want to say, like... God, what was his name? I think it was Ban.
Yeah.
Which is the strap around his waist. It's
Yep.
actually Ban's ear. But we'll get to that. So they take Paragus and Broly to the mothership,
Yes, they do.
in which Paragus introduces himself.
Bah.
Yeah. Bah, okay. Paragus introduces himself. They're like, oh, you must be Saiyans then, and were you part of the Frieza Force?
Yeah.
Were you aware that your planet was destroyed by a random meteor? And obviously it was destroyed by Frieza.
Yeah.
Because that was always the story they ran with. And I like how Paragus is like, yeah, but I don't care though. Like, King Vegeta wanted to exile my son. I didn't let that happen. Mm-hmm. Instead, I just beat him up a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And, so, it turns out Broly doesn't have a tail. Which is strange to Frieza, because he always remembers all Saiyans normally have a tail, besides, like, Vegeta now and Goku.
Yep.
And it's like, boy, why not the tail, though? Why do you have one, but he no? And Paragus is like, well, he kind of got really, really, really ultra dangerous when he turned into a great ape, so I cut it off. But then he's still also dangerous.
Yeah.
So Frieza's like, so you basically brought a time bomb onto my ship.
Mm-hmm.
Paragus is like, no, you're lying, though. And Frieza just kind of accepts that and gives Chilai and Limon, they look like pens.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like thousands upon thousands of space dollars
Yeah.
to go to Spacies.
Yep. Yep.
Or Space Australia. It depends on which one.
Yeah, probably Space Australia.
Yeah, probably Space Australia. You get their space parfaits. Team 4-Star, we're open to any of you coming onto our show.
Please.
To talk about Dragon Ball Z Abridged, because that is our favorite show ever.
Yesterday. We want you here yesterday.
Yeah.
We want you here back last September.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah. Talk about opening. Like, talk about what would have happened if we opened with 4-Star.
Especially Lanny. Lanny's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Lanny or
We
Kaiser.
will. Yep, Lanny. We're once I get Twitter back to working order, it won't let me connect to Twitter. It won't let me connect to anything right now, which is irritating.
Well, don't worry. You'll get back to that when you get good internet, buddy.
God
But,
only knows when that's gonna be. Actually, I do know, but that's besides the point.
Frieza just essentially says, alright, get yourself cleaned up. Broly, you stink. Paragus, you also stink, but worse because you're old. And they just like, alright, we'll get ourselves cleaned up.
And they do.
Yeah, they definitely got cleaned up, that's for damn sure.
They actually look really cool.
I saw that move and I thought it was my phone falling. It was the reflection of your leg in the black right there.
Ow!
Why did you block it?
I didn't mean to. That was the splitter, wasn't it? That was the...
The splitter that was sitting on rat poop, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one doesn't work.
But, so they get cleaned up and meet everybody back, and by everybody I mean Sheila and Lamone,
Yep.
back in the mess hall.
Yep.
For some grub. And Broly is wearing a very skin-tight upper bodysuit thing.
Yep.
And Paragus is wearing just very regal-looking armor. He finally has a new thing for his holster. Also, he has a button that electrocutes Broly. Should have probably mentioned that. It's basically a shock collar on command. And that, I think everybody saw that and was like, wow, Paragus is a jerk.
Yeah.
Like, even Sheila said that, essentially.
Yep.
And she gets into a verbal brawl with Paragus, and her pickpocket skill is at 100, so she just instantly took the thing
Yes.
out of the pack. And I guess Paragus needed to talk to Frieza about Broly, I assume. So they smashed the little controller. Oh wait, I forgot to also mention that Broly almost lost all of his mind against some dude that was trying to hit on Sheila.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the dude is like,
Oh, why don't you ditch these pipsqueaks and get with a real warrior like me?
Sheila's like, yeah, how about I don't, though? And this
Yep.
guy just doesn't leave her alone, and Broly stands up. This dude is tall, by the way. He's big.
According to the Dragon Ball fandom wiki.
That's in his Super Saiyan form. He's about 7 feet, roughly.
Yeah.
6'5", normally. And
Yep.
he stands up, and he's like, okay, you leave her alone, though. And
Yeah.
the other guy's like, how about I don't? And he starts punching Broly. Doing nothing.
Yeah.
Broly just doesn't move, and he grabs the guy's arm and the neck and just holds him up. And you can tell Broly was going for the kill. Just by
Yeah.
his face. Until Paragus is like, okay, guess I gotta stop this now, and electrocutes Broly. So we find out he has the magic button.
Yep. And
Chile didn't like that.
yep, Chile took it.
And smashed it.
Yep.
As many Dragon Ball characters do with her foot. She pushed the button, but it didn't zap Broly at all, which was kind of strange. But I mean, it's
Yeah, I
Dragon
mean, Krillin pushed the button and didn't kill 18.
Ball. Or 16. Well,
17.
wow, the whole Cell Saga was basically Krillin's fault. And Vegeta. But anyway, aside from Krillin being a complete total fraud, except for the wife department, gosh dang. So they celebrate. They buy a metric boatload of food,
Yep.
of which Broly is very ecstatic by, and water, which apparently Broly has literally never had, ever.
Yeah.
So he drinks all the water out of like a thermos, which is roughly the size of one of our forearms. He just
Yep.
downs it like it's nothing. And we get to find out that the little smock, the butt towel thing he's got around his waist,
Yep.
is Ba's ear. The ear of his only friend, so he can remember the good times he had with Ba.
Yes.
And Ba was one of the worm dogs that
Yep.
Broly used to train with by playing with him, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to dodge his attacks and all that, and eventually Ba got to liking him. But Paragus is like, I don't like that you have a friend, but I don't. So he just
Yeah.
shoots Ba's ear off, and then Ba is just like, okay, I hate you and your kid now.
Yep.
In hindsight, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but... but, anyway, it's nice that Broly actually has character in this movie.
It is. It's very nice. It's actually one of my favorite things about it.
Yeah, because in the original Broly movie, his whole motivation was Kakarot cried when he was a baby, and I super didn't like that. Like, he
Yeah.
didn't even hate Vegeta. Paragus hated Vegeta for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, Vegeta's dad stabbed him, but he's like, Kakarot was worse. He cried. Yeah. He cried, and he was right next to me, and man, was he loud. How do you remember that when you were a baby, Broly? Good memory, man. Anyway.
Yeah.
They get to Earth.
They do.
Well, after... Do we have to do a... No, wow. I forgot we have a lot of time.
We are going to do a commercial once we get to Earth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they find out that the little peons found the last Dragon Ball.
Yep.
And Goku and Vegeta find them as well.
Yep.
And while they sure do stop the ship that those two were in, Vegeta shoots it down with a little energy blast, picks it up as it's on the ground, and Goku jumps on it like, "Hey, give us those back!" And he starts breathing on it, and and the guy's just like, "Maybe we should just give them the ball." So Frieza's all ecstatic. They got the 7th ball. Finally, now they can make the wish to make 5 centimeters taller.
Yep.
And they go to Earth.
Yeah. And they arrive on Earth, and now it's time for a break. And by the way, I just want to point out, we would have had to stop now.
Yeah.
Well, we would have had to stop 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Frost.
Thanks, Frost. All right, we'll be back after a little break here. Hey, Wisconsin listeners, do you want to own the movies and games that we talk about here on the P3 Podcast Network?
Then stop on down at your local Mojo's Electronics in Anago, Shawano, Oshkosh, and Green Bay, Wisconsin, and they will do their best to get you any game or movie that you're looking for.
That's Mojo's Electronics, exclusive friends of the P3 Podcast Network.
Can I come out now?
Fine. Hey guys, Bob O from the P3 Podcast Network here. We hope you've been enjoying our recent rebirth of the classic reviews with Bob O. There's going to be more of that coming this month, as well as next month. And you can look forward to more of Around the Nerd with, of course, myself, Bob O, and whoever happens to show up, usually Umsy. Every once in a while, you're going to get random moments of what we like to call a slack-off takeover. Little throwbacks from when myself, Charisma, and Dan were a part of another network. Also making his debut on the P3 Podcast Network will be none other than the Moose. He'll be here with Moose Movie Reviews as well as Magic with the Moose. That will be coming up here in the coming months on the P3 Podcast Network. Thank you for listening as always, and enjoy the rest of the show. Well, we're back.
Hi, again.
Of course, this is Around the Nerd, and this is another Broly episode.
You can catch us on Spotify.
Thank you.
Radio.
I was just about to do that. Spotify, iHeartRadio. You can find us on YouTube, and of course, you can find us on Spreaker.com. P3 Podcast Network.
Cool. So they got to Earth.
They did.
And,
we got as far as that. Hold on. Let's get this open again so we can actually get some air.
It's a bit. It smells like nutsack in here.
Well, I mean, you know.
You're going spread eagle. I'm going spread eagle. Anyway, so they get to Earth, and the only reason they went to Earth is because Frieza was like, "Oh, the monkeys are down there.
Yeah.
I could get revenge on the Goku one. Leave him for me." That doesn't happen. But, so they get to Earth. Frieza makes his big entrance because he's compensating for something.
Yeah.
But,
you know, a lack of
friends.
Yeah, that too.
But, so Frieza comes on down with his small snow troopers, which is weird. And eventually Goku and Vegeta are like, there's a guy in there with a crazy high power level.
Can we fight him?
Yeah. And Paragus and Broly walk out. They do this thing where I think it was actually like they did it in Dragon Ball Super as well, where when we first see Jiren, he is walking and he just glares and his energy bursts forward and everybody's like, wow.
Yep.
That dude's strong. And the same exact thing happens with Broly, only he doesn't glare, he just looks up, makes eye contact with Vegeta. And Vegeta's like, oh.
Oh no.
No, I don't think he says, oh no, I think he says, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, no, I mean, because he's happy. Goku and him are happy. Like, hey, somebody's strong. Let's test out our stuff.
This is somebody strong since the tournament of power.
Yeah.
Like, finally.
Yeah.
And, so, Paragus, upon seeing Vegeta, gets a little bit triggered. Because he remembers that King Vegeta
is
essentially,
a douche.
he hates Vegeta because King Vegeta, it kind of carries on.
Yep.
Like their pridefulness, their cockiness. And the only thing is, Vegeta he's kind of a manlet. But he is an incredibly strong manlet.
Yeah.
Paragus is like, oh, there's Vegeta. That must be him. He looks just like his dad. And Vegeta's power explodes. And Paragus is like, oh my god.
Yeah. I would just, I'm just going to go stand over here.
And Broly starts pushing out the biggest dump I think we've seen in Dragon Ball in a long time. Like, he gets really angry upon seeing Vegeta, which kind of makes sense, because I assume Paragus has been like...
Paragus had to have been, like, ingrained
propaganda.
it into his head.
Like, remember what King Vegeta did this to us.
Yep.
And then Paragus starts being like, oh, that's Vegeta right there, Broly. That's the guy I mentioned, only shorter, without a beard.
Yep.
But trust me, I bet he's going to get a sick mustache.
Mustache. Okay, I'm done now.
But, it's... So, Broly gets noticeably very, 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 very angry upon seeing Vegeta. And Frieza's like, let's let him have his fun, shall we? And
Yeah.
do it, Broly! The battle begins. Like, I don't know if you saw, but there is a single frame where Vegeta and Goku get into their poses from the Saiyan Saga.
Yes!
Right before Broly attacks.
Yep.
And that's actually a pretty cool little detail that I didn't notice until I legally downloaded it.
Yes. Because
And,
you bought, you got the digital copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, so, that scene was really cool. And then the fight starts. Yeah. Vegeta instantly blocks Broly's attack, and he just grins. He's like, oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
Because Broly, he, in his base form, is, like, starting out nowhere near as strong as Vegeta.
No.
Nowhere near.
Nope.
But, you know what? I've rambled on long enough. How about you have a...
I'm perfectly okay with you rambling on, like, because it's actually, it's kind of nice to not have to lead a conversation, and that's what I like about how when we talk about something that you're very passionate about, like Dragon Ball Z, I enjoy letting you talk because I'm not leading the conversation.
Oh.
And don't get me wrong, like, I'm perfectly okay with leading the conversation when it's something I'm passionate about, such as Pokemon. But it's really great for this opportunity to be able to let you ramble on, and I want you to know that I don't mind it at all, and I actually really enjoy it. But yes, I agree. Vegeta's like, yeah, this is going to be fun. And that's one of my favorite things, because you get to see Vegeta, like, ready to rock and roll against someone other than Kakarot.
Yeah, but he also kind of, for a little bit, he even says, like, this is going to be a good warm-up.
Yeah.
Because he was ready to fight Frieza, who was just peeing on.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
And I'll be honest, the only thing that I don't like about the Broly movie, I was really hoping we would get to see, Trunks pee on Broly again,
Oh, yeah, the best scene from Second Coming?
The only good scene from Second Coming, let's just be honest.
I mean, that's debatable because
the
family
father-son, the family
comic,
command. The family command, man.
Even though in the dubbed version it was done a lot differently.
Yeah.
In the dubbed, Goku was like, don't worry, guys, I'll help.
Yeah.
And in the sub, he's like, are you guys for real right now? You can't even protect the world without me? Fine, I'll come down and help. Like, that's when you realize Goku is
a dick.
He's not a good dad. Like,
He's
at
not.
all. But, yeah.
He seems to get a little bit better in Super, because I've been watching, like, a little tiny, minuscule bit.
But yeah, Broly starts to fight Vegeta.
Yep, and that's a really, like, their fight is awesome. And you see Vegeta go Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan, that was one of the coolest Super Saiyan transformations since the original as well.
Yep.
Because
he actually has to try. It's not just, It's not just, I'm flexing my penis.
It's more like I have to actually strain to reach this legendary form that me and every other Saiyan ever has reached.
But, like, it's because hasn't really practiced in it, in my opinion. That's what I'm thinking, is because Goku and him don't fight in that form. They either fight in their base forms, or blue.
Yeah, or blue.
And yeah,
For a little bit, Broly did get the upper hand on Vegeta,
yes,
but that's because Broly, as opposed to his original counterpart, where his power just perpetually grew, Broly was learning to fight as he fought.
yes.
So he was able to continue to keep up with Vegeta while also raising his power level as a Saiyan.
Yep.
Because I think if I remember right, for Saiyans, there's power level and battle power.
Yes.
And Broly's battle power was always kind of low because he always had to train with Paragus.
Yeah.
But now that he's fighting with a god tier character,
Well, and here's the thing: like, he's fighting with a god tier character who was trained from a baby to fight at an elite level.
yeah, and he keeps up with Vegeta pretty well up until Vegeta turns Super Saiyan, in which Broly for a little bit starts getting outplayed,
Yep.
and then Broly leaps ahead again,
Yep.
and Goku is even like, oh, this guy's keeping up with Super Saiyan in his base form.
Yeah.
He was basically like giving voice to what the fans were saying in the theater.
Yep.
Because at that point, I don't think anybody in their base form has ever kept up with a Super Saiyan.
I don't think anyone in their base form has ever kept up with Vegeta.
Goku, to be
Well,
fair.
okay, but I meant other than Goku.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a given.
Frieza. Frieza's final form is his original form.
Do not dab in this house. I will hurt you.
You already hurt me by breathing in my general direction.
Oh,
But,
God.
So, Vegeta decides, you know what? I guess this guy is insanely strong. I should probably, like, take this up a notch. And he goes Super Saiyan God. Where Broly,
By a notch, he means he needs to take it up to, everything.
And Broly immediately doesn't stand a chance. Vegeta... So, Broly flies up to him, tries to attack. Vegeta's like, no, one punch. Through... I actually counted it when T and I watched it.
Yep.
8 mountains.
Whew.
8
Yowza.
total mountains, and even he flies up, as Vegeta typically does, to prepare a big bang attack times like 1 billion,
Yeah.
and Goku is just immediately saying, Vegeta, why? Don't kill him. And Vegeta's just like, what if I do anyway?
Yeah.
And blasts Broly to Kingdom Come.
Or so he thought.
Yeah, that just made Broly angry.
Yeah. Really got a little irritated.
Just a tad bit, and he essentially becomes a great ape in Saiyan form. He's a Super Saiyan 4.
Yes.
That is essentially what a Super Saiyan 4 is, but, like, technically not. It's a weird technicality. It's semantics.
I like to call it, like, I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah,
I think it's a good way to call it.
I think people have started calling it, like, Super Saiyan Fury.
That works too.
Like, he gets visibly, like, more buff as he, like, continues fighting. He actually is able to keep up with Super Saiyan God Vegeta in this form.
Yes.
Which is incredible, because technically he's still on his base. He just has the power, he has the physicality of a great ape while retaining his speed. Which, that's what Super Saiyan 4 is. But anyway.
Yeah, you're right. That is what Super Saiyan 4 is. And I never even thought about it until you just brought that up. And, I mean, basically, we're getting Super Saiyan 4, but we're not getting Super Saiyan 4.
We're getting Super Saiyan 4, Diet Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah. We're getting Super Saiyan 4 without the
Without the weird fur.
atrociousness that is GT.
Yeah. There were some scenes that were good in that show, but I'm not going to discuss that here.
We'll talk about that. Actually, I do want to eventually talk about that, because I enjoyed the Super 17 saga.
I
But
did not.
That's me. And again, I think what we're going to do... And guys, I'm sorry.
Getting off on a tangent, we're going to review Dragon Ball.
We're going to review the entirety. We're going to review Dragon Ball. We're going to review Z. We're going to review GT.
And then Super, since that has ended for the time being.
Yes. And I'm working on finishing Super right now. But we're going to sit down and actually watch all of them.
Once what happens, happens. But we got to get to the review.
Yep.
Because
And we're going to finish this review here because next Goku.
Well, Broly fires one of the Great Ape's signature attacks, which is a mouth beam.
Yes.
Every Great Ape up until this point has used a mouth beam in some way or another.
Yep.
But this mouth beam is so strong, it makes Goku freak out.
He thinks... I'm pretty sure he kind of thinks Vegeta's dead for a second there.
No, because he very clearly sees Vegeta dodge it.
Yeah.
In which case, Broly is like, okay. Oh, also, once Broly transforms, no word is spoken from him, ever.
Yeah.
It's just grunts or yells.
Yeah.
He's officially gone full feral.
Yeah.
Which I think is a cool touch.
Me too, actually. Me too.
And,
I don't know why
so-
I just did that. I know what's going to happen.
yeah, I don't know why I did that either.
I really don't know why I did that.
You're supposed to be the smart one, you know that, right?
Yes. Yes, I do know that I am the smart one. Anyway.
But, so Vegeta, or Goku decides, like, hey, so it's my turn to fight? It's not as good as the Vegeta fight, in my opinion. But it has the coolest, like, soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because it actually sounds like it's hyping up, like, a fighting game.
Yeah.
Because at one point, it's like... Because it zooms into Goku. He's actually doing a real martial arts warm-up. Where he's loosening up his body and all that stuff. And the announcer just goes, Kakarot! Yeah. And then it goes into Broly, who's imitating Goku, going into a martial arts stance. Which is still one of the more well-animated parts of this movie, which says a lot. Because this whole movie is beautifully animated.
Oh, yeah.
Even the CG... Well, mostly the CG parts. But... They start to fight. Goku, for whatever reason, thinks that he can fight Broly in his base form at first. That doesn't go too well.
No, not at all.
But he doesn't get beat down too hard, but we do get a really cool scene where we're seeing things from Broly's perspective.
Yep.
And he is just kicking the hell out of Goku.
Yep.
Like, Goku, I don't think lands a single hit on Broly in his base form.
I don't think so either. But then he goes...
He goes Super Saiyan.
Yep.
And he gets a couple good hits in there. Like, he even gets, like, a rising kick into Broly.
That was a good kick.
Which just makes Broly a little bit more angry.
Yep.
But you can also see that he's getting visibly bigger.
Yep.
Like, every hit he takes, he goes bigger and bigger. Also, when Goku was warming up, he got bigger. And the thing around his neck broke.
Yep.
And that kind of signified, like, no more control, Dad! And his hair even spikes up a little bit.
Yeah.
He looks very similar to the original Broly at that point, but he has the black hair.
Yep.
Which was cool.
And then Goku, Goku realizes, all right, I actually gotta try. And he goes
Super Saiyan God.
God.
Where he uses, well, he doesn't immediately start fighting. He starts, like, dodging his attacks and stuff. And he's like, hey, you don't gotta do this.
Yeah.
I think we actually mentioned this in the original review.
We did. Yeah.
You don't need to listen to those guys. You know that, right? Like, while doing this weird Jedi mind trick thing where he uses his energy to stop Broly. And for a second, Broly's like, maybe he's right. And then he's like, nah.
Well, and Goku keeps talking, and you see, like, Broly kind of...
Yeah, there was one scene, actually, when he's talking, when he's like, we on Earth, we don't... This is the most ironic thing from Goku.
Yep.
We don't like causing harm to others and fighting like this. And it shows all the original villains, even Vegeta's in there, because he was a villain at one point, obviously.
Yeah.
And it leads up to Broly. And he's like, we don't need to do this.
He's, because Goku gave every single villain a chance to walk away.
A chance. Even Kid Buu.
Yep.
He gave Kid even
one chance.
Near the end, I think the only villain he didn't give a chance was Cell.
He gave Cell a chance.
Not really.
He told Cell, we don't have to do this.
Did he?
Yes. It was early. It was, I think that's what he actually said to Cell when he went and retrieved Piccolo.
And Tien.
And Tien, yes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But I think I would have to rewatch it, but I think that's what he actually said. And if anybody who was listening knows, please let us know, because this is kind of the thing. Like, this is why we're talking about it on a public forum like this, because, one, people actually get to hear us talk about something we love.
Yeah.
Two, we can get corrected with the original series with people who know more about it.
Yeah, I personally haven't watched Z in, I'd say 10 years now.
Easily.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
But
other
I
than
still
abridged.
religiously go back and I'll watch some episodes and
Clips.
be like, okay, yeah, that happened.
I go back and watch clips. I watched Gohan's transformation the other day.
That's a really good story.
Because it was such a good clip.
But yeah. So Goku tries talking down Broly. That doesn't work.
Well, it kind of starts to, and then Frieza...
No, Frieza doesn't say anything.
But Frieza kills Paragus.
No. This is... What happens is Goku's like, hey, you don't need to do this.
Yeah.
And Frieza just kind of laughs it off because it's fucking... It's fourth.
Goku. Yeah.
It's Goku. He tried to do this with Frieza.
Yep.
It didn't work.
No.
And Broly decides... Well, he doesn't decide. He's a mindless...
Yeah.
He's feral.
Yeah.
He just continues to fight Goku and reverses whatever skill this is using on Goku. He reverses the skill Goku's
Oh, that's
using
right.
onto
So,
Goku.
so yeah, Goku just like starts.
And Broly wails on him.
Yeah.
Like he Loki's Goku.
Yeah. It's been a little bit since I've had an opportunity to watch it. Yeah, I know. These
My butt sweat.
I love these, but I hate them.
Yeah, me too.
I want a cloth. I want to get a cloth cover. We're sitting on bar stools.
But
But anyway,
Goku Broly gets significantly stronger at this
yeah,
point.
and Goku does go God, and
He goes
then
blue.
When he goes blue, it evens out.
Yeah, within the blue transformation, we actually do get a single, I'd say 10 or so frames of Mastered Ultra Instinct.
Yep.
And that was a nice little nod to the series. That made me go, oh my god.
Yeah.
If he does this, but anyway.
Well, and Broly wouldn't have stood a chance.
Yeah, from that point on, Broly just gets kind of wailed on. It's kind of more even.
Yeah.
Broly essentially uses his Spirit Bomb, Goku blocks it.
Yep.
And from that point, Frieza's like, oh, well, first, Broly's power, the Spirit Bomb thing he uses explodes.
Yep.
And Frieza blocks it for himself, and only himself, and Paragus gets sent flying, because of course he does.
Yeah.
And Paragus is just sitting there like, oh my god, Vegeta was right. Like, this guy's a threat. We should have killed him. And Frieza's just like, he can't go Super Saiyan, but what if he could? And
That's right. That's
well,
what it was.
he death beams Paragus in the middle of Goku and Broly fighting, and he turns around. Broly, look! It's such a tragedy. Your father was killed by something energy blast,
Straight.
a stray energy blast, and Broly turns around. Coolest Super Saiyan transformation in the series.
Hands down.
Broly goes figuratively and literally apeshit. He turns into a Super Saiyan. This is his base Super Saiyan.
Yep.
Able to keep up. He actually beats Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta at the same exact time. That's saying something.
And then we get...
We get the Gallic Kamehameha for one thing.
Yes.
Which a lot of people didn't know. When Goku and Vegeta use the Gallic Kamehameha together, it's yellow and blue.
Yep.
In the original manga, the Gallic gun was yellow.
Yep.
So that's kind of the reason if anybody was confused.
And it was really cool. Like, it was one of my favorite... That was one of my favorite energy blasts.
Kamehameha Gallic gun!
Ah!
And Broly just, no.
Yeah. Broly's like, nah.
He flies right through it and hits them. I think he tries to hit them both with an energy blast, but they manage to dodge out in time.
And then Goku goes, yeah, we need to go.
And, well, before that...
He chases... He leads him up. He leads Vegeta up towards Frieza.
Have fun, Frieza!
They are charging Frieza. And it's, have fun, Frieza, and he teleports.
He teleports him and Vegeta to Piccolo. By the way, Piccolo's there.
No, Piccolo's on a mountain.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's on a
being
wasteland
Piccolo.
somewhere.
He's being Piccolo. And he's like, yeah, we need to, learn the fusion dance.
Well, you need to learn the fusion dance. And
Yeah.
So, well, we should add context to this.
Yes.
So, the fusion dance, for anyone who doesn't know, even if you fail, it lasts half an hour.
Yup.
Then they fail it twice. This means Broly turns the sights on Frieza. Frieza's
Yep.
getting the absolute crap kicked out of him for about an hour and a half, roughly. Just a flat hour.
Yeah, flat hour.
He's fighting
Well,
for
probably
his
an hour and
life.
15 minutes, because there's probably 15 minutes of teaching Vegeta.
Yeah. And no, it had to have been less than that. Because it was literally just like, hey, here's a dance.
Yeah.
And,
But, we don't know how long they actually taught.
yeah. So they fail it once. We get Fat Gogeta, or who actually has a name, it's Veku.
Yep.
We get him, and that's the first fail. Apparently, Vegeta missed a finger.
Yep.
That's the first fail. And Frieza turns golden and says probably the most ironic thing I've ever heard him say. This is golden, Frieza, the last thing you will ever see. They fail again, get skinny Gogeta, who doesn't have a name. And lo and behold, Frieza's still getting trounced like it's nothing.
Jiku.
Whatever.
I don't know.
But,
Or
and then
Teku. Anyway.
Vegiku.
Yeah. Vegiku,
But
yeah.
they failed. They actually complete the dance.
Yep.
Finally. And
After an hour.
after a full hour of Frieza fighting for his life.
His ass beat.
And we get Gogeta. He's finally canon, and he is one of the coolest and scariest characters in this fucking series. 5. But I had to say it because, God, I love Gogeta.
Uh-huh. Same.
His entire thing, when he came down to Earth, he teleports to Frieza because he's the first energy level he finds.
Yep.
And Frieza's immediately like, who are you? And Gogeta obviously says, we are Goku and Gogeta, or Vegeta, combined, and our powers have been amplified. And Frieza's just, what? Not fair!
Yeah.
So Frieza was kind of reduced to comedic relief in this movie, but I don't care. It was
I'm
a good.
okay with that.
And so there's been a lot of theories. Broly starts fighting Whis. Or
Yeah.
trying to fight Whis.
Nope. Fighting Whis.
And by fighting, I mean,
Not getting a single hit.
yeah, the Whis just kind of dodges everything.
We, and one of the predictions we had was Whis was going to get his ass kicked.
Was it?
Yeah,
I think that was one of the joke predictions.
probably.
Yeah. But, I think the prediction was we thought Whis was actually going to fight Broly for
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was actually going to be a fight as opposed to just going, nope.
Oh my, that one almost hit.
All right.
And so Gogeta, there's been a theory when Gogeta teleports to Whis, you can see Whis back up a bit before Gogeta teleports in. There have been theories that say, oh, what if Whis dodged the instant transmission? What if he's that good? But that's for a different subject. So
That's
Gogeta,
that's us saying Whis is Ultra Instinct.
yeah,
Whis is Ultra Instinct.
Gogeta, when he teleports down, another cool little thing is he once again does Goku and Vegeta's both of their classic poses.
Yep.
Like he does, I think it's
Goku's.
Goku's
and then
at
it's
first,
Vegeta's.
and then it's Vegeta's, and then they start the coolest fight in the entire movie.
Gogeta.
With the coolest soundtrack, hands down. And so Gogeta's just messing with Broly in his base form for a bit. He's swatting attacks away like they're nothing. Now it's our turn. Turns Super Saiyan.
Yep.
Gogeta at this point is keeping up with Broly pretty good.
Yeah.
And uses, God, I think people have called it like Stardust Rain or
Yeah.
something. That move that he uses on Broly.
Yup.
It's just like a rain of different energy attacks on Broly. All of them hit except for a few of them.
Yep.
When Broly powers up even more. And so Gogeta uses Kamehameha.
Yep.
Broly uses
His
Green-
signature green.
Green Beam number 3.
Yep.
And they both get teleported to for once, it's not like oh wow, look at these cool effects. Gogeta is even like, where are we?
Yeah.
They broke the dimensional fiber with their attacks. Broly gets even more mad and turns into his legendary Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan full power.
Yep.
Where his chest piece explodes, he's shirtless, and he's angrier, he's green.
Yep.
And
nipples.
Yeah, nipples. There's a lot of nipples. And Gogeta goes blue. It's at this point that the entire fight is one-sided.
Yep.
100%.
Just
Broly doesn't stand a chance.
Gogeta could have swallowed Broly whole.
Yeah. And
it was the most dominating fight ever.
Like, up until this point, you kind of feel like, oh, maybe Broly will have a chance.
No.
He doesn't land a single hit on Gogeta Blue.
Nope.
And it actually makes you kind of worry for Broly.
Yeah. You start to feel sorry for Broly.
Because at that point, it's like... Imagine punching a feral dog.
Yeah.
Just repeatedly. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Because Broly stood no chance whatsoever.
No, not even in the slightest. It was over.
Yeah. And
it
Gogeta,
was over.
Unlike Goku, doesn't mess around.
No.
Like, all of his strikes hit.
Yeah.
Every single one. And they eventually break out of this dimension that they're in with, like, a single punch, I think, from each other. They collide punches. And we find out that Chi-Lai and Limon have collected the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
And they summon Shenron with the help of random henchman number 5.
Yep.
And they say, hey, how do we summon this? And he's like, you just say, come forth, Shenron, and you state your wish. They're like, oh, was that easy?
Yeah. And we get the charge of the final...
Oh, no, there's more than that.
Well...
There's more...
Well, there's more fighting, but it's still...
there's more, like, at that point you feel more like it's less of Broly trying to fight Gogeta and more of Broly trying to get him away from him.
Yep.
Because Gogeta doesn't back away.
No.
Ever. He just keeps on hitting and hitting. At one point, he uses, like, his energy to, like, make Broly explode, which is a really cool scene as well. And then you get the charging of the Super Kamehameha.
Yeah.
Or the full power Kamehameha.
I kind of... Yeah, I wish we would have gotten the Big Bang Kamehameha, but that's just me.
I think there was, like, hints of it.
Yeah.
Because you do see, like, the orb when it
Yep.
comes out. But... Man, that was scary.
Yeah.
Because you can, like, hear Vegeta more in that scene.
Yeah.
Where he's trying to kill Broly, and Broly is screaming for his life.
Well, and it's Vegito. You know, it's Gogeta. Yeah. Yeah. And you would think Goku would be more prominent in it, but no.
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 Well, at that point, like... Because when the beam is coming towards him, there's literally, like, a couple seconds where you see Broly's eyes... Yeah. As if he'd actually come back from his senses, like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And he's screaming for his life. And then Chi-Lai makes the wish to send Broly back to Vampa at the last possible second.
Yep.
As in typical Dragon Ball fashion.
Yeah.
And he does. Frieza's not too happy about it, obviously, because he's Frieza. Tries to shoot down their ship.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't work either.
Yeah, Gogeta's kind of there. He's also the only fusion to not jump out of the fusion after their main fight.
Yep.
So, take that as you will.
I just kind of wish, like... I wish we could have seen...
it is now canon that Gogeta is the strongest fusion.
I wish we could have seen a blink of Gogeta backhanding Frieza.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
But I don't think Gogeta would have done anything without provocation.
I'm sorry. She's trying to shoot down the ship of an innocent person.
If he would have done it again, like what I'm saying is, if he would have used his other hand, it would have been a beatdown.
Yeah, it would have been.
Like Goku did in the Frieza arc, where he just kept on slapping Frieza. I think I peed a little.
All right,
but they Chi-Lai and Limon go back to Vampa to hang out with Broly, and Broly doesn't exactly have the most comfy living styles.
Nope.
He tries to feed Chi-Lai piece of the beetle, and she's like, that's sour, but I guess it's food. And Goku arrives on Vampa. One of the most ominous things I think he says in that scene, though, is, oh, I just sensed Broly and I followed him here.
Yeah.
No matter where you go, I can find you.
Yep.
As long as it's not too far away, I'll find you.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
okay.
cool.
So
terrifying.
anyway, he gives them a house,
Yep.
a bunch of food, and something else, water. And obviously, Chilai is a tsundere, so she's immediately all suspicious about it. Like, this house is gonna collapse on us and kill us.
Yeah.
And Goku's like, no, but whatever. I'm just here for this guy. And before this, you find out Frieza is essentially waiting for Chilai and Lemon to train, quote-unquote, Broly to be a good boy. Which, no.
No.
But Goku gets to him first. And he's like, hey, is it okay if I come here to train with Broly from time to time? And they're like, sure, whatever. But this doesn't make us friends. And Goku's just like, whatever. That's cool. I'm here for this guy anyway.
Yeah.
And so Goku starts walking away. I'll teach you some new things. I'm assuming they mean he's going to teach him about like how to control his theory.
And I hope so, because I think
Broly would be a scary dude.
I want to see...
You want to see Goalie, don't you?
I didn't even think of that. Oh my god. No, I want to see Broly versus Frieza.
Yeah, same.
Like...
Actually versus Frieza.
Yeah.
But Goku decides to leave, and, you know, if you don't go too far away, I'll be able to find you.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Yep.
And Goku, or Chilai says, hey, what's your name anyway? Goku turns around and goes, oh, it's Goku. But Broly, you can call me
Kakarot.
End of movie.
Yep.
That was a good fan servicey scene.
Yes.
Because, as everybody knows that we just mentioned in the very beginning, Broly liked to say Kakarot in the first movie quite a bit.
Like an hour ago we said that.
Yeah, but it's also been a lot of, like, I feel like it's more Goku, like, accepting his Saiyan heritage more than, like, he used to.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay.
That was arguably one of the best movies to come out of Dragon Ball in a long time.
Yep. It was. All right.
I give it an 8 out of 10. Or 9 out of 10. There we go. That's a good rating.
And do you remember my rating?
10?
No.
I don't remember.
In honor of Moose Movie Reviews, who he always, when he does a rating, he comes up with something from the movie to rate it with. So I gave it 7 Dragon Balls out of 7.
Nice.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on Around the Nerd. We will be back next week, I hope.
Maybe.
With more of our random bullshit. You know, I gotta say, I had such high hopes for this episode.
So I got one more